you're anti-trans.
It's Berns night. Y'all can get your haggis if you have any, because it's Berns night. We're talking about Magdalen Berns, aka. I don't know. I watched a Magdalen Berns video the other day, whenever I was last streaming. I only really knew about that tweet that everyone goes on about with Magdalen Berns. It said something about, like, trans people being blackface actors and her being, like, I guess a terrible person for it and deserving of people cyberbullying her, which to me doesn't seem like the people hating on her are any better than she is, if not way worse. But, like, hey, I don't know, I watched a video and it's like, this is like tame. Okay, we were like crybullying as fuck. Okay, here we go. Magdalen Berns, supposed terrible person, supposed, listen, here's a spoiler. Supposed Hitler, supposedly burning in hell, supposed Satan. There we go. Magdalen Berns, your favourite TERF's favourite TERF is what that says. We're going to watch some Magdalen Berns, then we're going to watch this by Respect the Dead. This is Kaylin Conrad. I don't know who the person on the left is. Right, so the first one we have is Magdalen Berns, non-binary bullshit.
This bloke, Alok, is just too annoying. There's so much wrong with everything that he's producing. He's just taking ridiculous to a new level.
Hi, my name is Alok and I'm non-binary, which means I don't identify as a man or a woman.
Alok, I'm just going to be honest, mate. The entire world looks at you and they identify a man. Doesn't matter how you identify a man, that's what they see.
That's a gender non-conforming person who's making me uncomfortable because of my own insecurity.
Because of my own insecurities. Like, these people are so fucking patronizing. I'm guessing Alok scripted this shit. I should look up some of his videos. But yeah, she's pretending that this person makes her uncomfortable because of her insecurities, which is totally not why someone would look at this and feel uncomfortable. If they do, it's just because this person looks bad. This is a bad look. Like, these socks, this is just like trans woman shit, you know? This is just like every person that's been trans for around about a year FTM with the dress and the socks. And then this is just a guy's head with earrings. I don't know. Amazing. And this kind of, has this evolved? Has like androgyny really evolved since this? It kind of feels like it's still shit. And it used to be cool, which is a shame. You know, I used to be into androgyny. I used to be very androgynous myself, but it's like, I don't know, it's been co-opted by people that don't know what they're doing. That's what happens with everything, though.
It's okay, let's call it names so we feel better about our own repressed desires.
So here, Alok's.
I hate not having the camera. That made me wince so much. That, like, you're just gonna have to think that maybe I was fine with shit that I wasn't. I don't know.
It's okay, let's call it names so we feel better about our own repressed desires.
So here, Alok's presenting these two American version of posh young women as being the threat or the problem that gender non-conforming people are facing. Like 80% of violent crimes in the US are caused by male people and...
Trans bag, girl. Fair enough. It's what people call androgyny now. It's like Sam Smith. Like, every Sam Smith look I've ever seen, it just looks like a random bloke's head plonks on, like, an overweight girl wearing crazy costumes. It's like, I just don't get it. I don't get it. And people make no effort with their face when everything else has obviously been so, like, well thought out and stuff. And then they're just wearing, like, no makeup. And they haven't shaved in a couple of days. It's like, what are you doing? Like, why make so much effort in some areas and then none somewhere else? Like, you have to do it evenly, even if you're not trying to look like you're making much effort, you know what I mean? It's hard to explain, but, I don't know, non-binary people have kind of ruined androgyny, in my opinion.
This is the problem, women? These two posh American girls? Are you joking me?
Even though society encourages individuality.
Alok, stop right there. I'm
Does it encourage individuality or does it encourage individualism?
beginning to suspect you have no problems, Alok. What society encourages individuality? What is your video about? What's the problem you're trying to solve?
My guess is going to be, I dress a certain way and people are mean to me.
Here if society encourages individuality. God's sake.
Non-binary people like me are punished for daring to defy conventions and be
Punished? How are you punished apart from looking like shit? Like, your punishment is having a look that makes no fucking sense. Punished. Like, fucking hell. Like, no one else has ever gone out and been given shit in the street by someone who's just a fucking cunt and will have a go at anyone that crosses their path. You know what I mean? These people act like they're the first people to ever have someone have a go at them.
Ourselves.
Now I'm just trying to figure out how Alok thinks he's being...
With the thing earlier, it's like they have absolutely no idea why people don't really like some of this shit. So it's like painfully obvious that they just make it up and it's like, oh, I'm just an evil person. I hate you. Like, come on.
punished, because like he looks pretty fucking smug to me.
Man, woman, liberal, conservative, crazy, sane.
Each one of these is what we call a dichotomy, and they are everywhere.
So this is the part where these identitarians decide they want to destroy the entire English language. I'd really urge anybody who questions what I'm saying right now to read a book called 1984 written by George Orwell, because there's a whole section in that book describing what these people are doing, destroying the English language. So they had...
I didn't know 1984 touched on that. I mean, I've been seeing this shit for ages. Like this stretching of words so that their definitions are completely different, you know? Like these, you know, fuck, what's an example? Like fascist used to mean some quite specific way of governance. And now it's like people just like me will go around calling like the Tories like fascists and stuff. It's ridiculous.
Has no meaning whatsoever, and that we can't communicate. We're like animals.
To be fair, the first word that they destroyed was transsexual, transgender, trans. That was the first one. Because it used to mean going through a certain process. Nowadays it means just calling yourself a thing. And I don't think a male can call himself a female and he's a female. Like, I'm sorry about it. That's just how it is. You need to do a lot more than just call yourself something. And even then, you still won't be a female. You'll still be a male. So, you know, it's almost like this trans thing isn't supposed to be for everyone. It's not meant to be inclusive. It's meant to be for like people who feel a certain way, that need certain kinds of help. It's not supposed to be fucking trendy. Like, I don't know. I'm honestly just waiting for the time when fucking misophonia becomes a TikTok trend so I can abandon all of this shit and focus all my energy destroying that. Because fuck that. Like, I don't know. I feel like it's going to happen one day. I feel like it's going to happen. You shouldn't accept my apology. No one ever should.
Was just with no thoughts.
Convenient that a philosophy of the mind-body divide emerged at a time when Descartes' Enlightenment developed on the backs of exploited black and brown people in the global South.
Because people of color just have bodies and not minds.
So now these people are just appropriating the struggle of African American people, trivializing it. Several hundred years of slavery and oppression is somehow comparable to misgendering someone. Are you...
Everything has a binary, even all adjectives without sex to be an exception. Yes, everything is a fucking binary. You've got like the good guys and the bad guys. You've got the left versus the fascists. You've got anti-trans versus pro-trans, etc., etc., etc. Everything is a binary because these people have simple brains, so they need simple explanations. But sex is the exception because they want their shit to make sense. And wanting to make your shit make sense isn't how you should start out. You should kind of just wonder what's there and go from there. If you're trying to make your shit sound like it makes sense, then yeah, you can make up any number of things. But it's got nothing to do with like the fact of the matter if you do that.
You fucking joking me? I have no idea.
Any mental health fakery is trendy. Fair enough, yeah. Like, people will fake misophonia as soon as they hear about it. Yeah, here's the thing, like, I don't know. I understand that I'm just the latest person who has some rare issue that not many people have, that it's ruining my fucking life and I can't even get help for it or get recognition that I have it. So, like, the idea of people pretending they have it to look cool. Yeah, exactly. I'm sorry to hear that, by the way. Like, it makes me fucking miserable. But, you know, life's not all bad. But yeah, I don't know, I'm probably just the latest person to be like, it's really offensive to pretend you have something that makes my life miserable, but it's just how it is. And as soon as I start seeing it, it's going to be like, I'm going to end up going insane over that shit. So, I don't know. Because The worst thing is, I have no idea how you'd make it seem quirky or like, or whatever, you know? I don't know how you'd make seeming like the most angry and erratic motherfucker in the fucking world seem like quirky and like, you know, trendy and identifiable, you know, like fuck that. I hate it so much. And I hate what happened to like trans shit in the same way. Maybe that's not misophonia. Maybe my mom uses bitch voice. Maybe. Listen, I don't know your mom personally. I have a friend who does.
Why African Americans aren't raging about this. I'm insulted. I'm not even black and I'm not even American.
Hey, excuse me, that's not your... What? No.
He's not black either.
Bloke grabbing the world off of two women, thus proving male privilege.
Do you think he thought of that? I'm not sure. Maybe he just doesn't have any male friends. Well, we've got another outfit, which is a t-shirt. He clearly hasn't shaved super recently. No makeup. Eyebrows quite bushy. Male haircut drooping down. Random earrings and flourishes. Massive arm hair. This is the most weird fucking thing. Sniffing can be anything that gets repetitive. Anything that gets repetitive that I notice can start getting annoying to me. And then certain sounds, like the sound people make when they're eating, or like whistling, or like talking with their mouth full, or like a whole load of other stuff, just like kind of sends me, unfortunately. And it's like, it didn't used to be that bad, but it kind of gets worse as you get older. Like, I find that it's not, you don't get used to sounds, they just kind of erode on you like a stone, like waves on a cliff, you know? I find that that's the way it happens. And so like, I don't know, I worked solidly for a good like 10 years and it just got worse and worse, unfortunately. It got more and more difficult to get any kind of help or adjustments for it. And I just ended up completely on my own, not able to talk to anyone, putting my fucking headphones in and just doing my work every day. And everyone didn't give a fuck, even though I was doing their work for them half the time. But never mind, that's a period of my life that is over now, so.
Listen, the world is far too complicated and nuanced to fit.
Listen. Yes, please like the stream. Petunia is right. If Petunia says you should do it, you should do it. When I say you should do it, you should ignore me. But when Petunia says it. You do have misophonia. In that case, again, I feel sorry for you. I'm sorry to hear that.
Into two oppositional categories only.
Alok, do you know how babies are made? Because you don't seem to understand the difference between sex and gender. You want to wear a dress.
I really wonder if there's a future scenario where we get so into this weird gender shit that too many people forget how to even make babies. It's unlikely, and I think this shit's gonna like come crashing down long before that, but you kind of wonder, you know? Like, I don't like to pretend that everything is a slippery slope and that someone like Alok is leading to whatever the fuck, but at the same time, like, some of it is just patently ridiculous.
You want to express yourself, that's fine. You're always going to be male. You were born with a cock and balls, and that's just the way it is.
You eat by myself? Yeah, fair enough, I do. I can't. Actually, no, I eat with my partner usually, but we have YouTube on pretty loud, and my partner is a quiet eater, so.
Listen, it's fine. Just relax. Alok, wear a dress. You are a bloke who likes wearing dresses, and that.
Yeah, why would you be like non-binary and that fucking defensive over it if you're just like a guy? Like, just be a man. We're at the point where people can't figure out which bathroom they should use. To be honest, I think most people that complain or like, oh, which bathroom do I use? It's usually like non-binary fuckheads who, listen, there's plenty of non-binary people out there alike. I'm talking about certain specific kinds of people. They're like trying to make a point or some shit, and it's like, you know what bathroom you should use. You're just being a prick.
That's fine, that's cool. Just be you.
In our patriarchal society, women...
Like, why not shave your arms? Why not shave your face? At least you put makeup on. But like, this doesn't look good. Like, that looks what's that? Trying to come out of your dress? Have I tried not thinking about the kicks of children? What are you talking about? Oh no, Alok. No, I understand. He said some weird shit about kids. That's basically all I know about him. You hate repetitive, meaningless phrases. I say lots of repetitive, meaningless phrases, but it's probably just like vocal tics. It's probably like me being a nervous speaker and not really knowing how to end sentences, maybe. But yeah, this look here, I don't understand it. At the same time, if this is what you want to look like, that's fine, but why are you pretending to be not a man? Just be a man. There's nothing wrong with that. I can manage it. I don't have this kind of facial hair or this arm hair problem. I barely grow any body hair anymore. But like, even I can understand it. But like, what's the point in any of this? This just seems pointless. I'm sorry. This isn't a fucking rights issue.
Women and femmes are taught from a young age that we have to be beautiful.
Jesus Christ, didn't even try.
Look, just fuck off.
Oh. We got here. I can't see your name. I don't know, you trans meds are as ridiculous as the non-binaries. I'm not a trans med, so I don't understand. And like I said, there's plenty of non-binaries out there that I think are cool. It's certain ones that I'm irritated with.
Fuck off, Alok. What's this femmes business?
Why do people obsess over man and woman being part of their identity? I really don't know. It's like, I identify... I think you have to kinda... I'm not sure. Fuck, I need to think about that more. I've actually been stumped by that one. Well done. Insane. I'm actually a woman because that... Trust me, I'm not faking it like these other people. Well, you are. Who are you talking to exactly? I don't know what your name is. I'm sorry. Asian letters guy. Who are you talking to? I am not a woman. I'm a male. I'm a trans woman. To me, that is a male that has transitioned to become somewhat female resembling, because that's about all you can do. Transitioning is actually quite limited. And I found that pretending I was a woman, and to an extent being like the true trans kind of person, I kind of was in a way. Like, that didn't help me. That drove me into a fucking ditch. So I don't know. Maybe that explains a bit more about what I'm actually about. People like to jump to conclusions, but you'll only understand if you actually listen to what I say. I don't know. But listen, there's no hate here. That's how I feel. You can make your decision off of that. Reminds me of Freddie Mercury and I Want to Break Free. Oof. Sorry, Freddie. We're besmirching a lot of dead people today, I guess. I mean, what with all this going on?
Women and femmes? Are you fucking joking me? Is that what we are? Fuck.
Women and femmes. So, women and people that like doing a bit of this. I actually leave room for like non-binary in my theory. I think that non-binary is kind of... Oh, did they leave? Oh, it's because I didn't say what they wanted them to say. They probably just wanted me to say the same shit that they think all supposed trans meds say. I don't give a shit. Non-hexadecimal, non-octadecimal. Yeah, see, like I said, I actually leave room for like non-binary, which is odd for a trans med. If I'm such a trans med, you'd think I wouldn't. But like, I don't know. I can see how people get these kind of lesser forms of like gender dysphoria or whatever.
Women and femmes are taught from a young age.
Women and femmes. And what does this always mean? This all, oh, we're taught from a young age to this, that, or the other. I never know what that means like materially. I wish these people would talk like normal people. It must be so annoying. Someone like Magdalen Berns, who's like actually a feminist and a woman. It must be so fucking annoying. I at least don't actually have that much of a horse in this race. Indians would dash into pieces if they weren't scared of Hijra curses. Maybe, yeah.
That we have to be beautiful.
Look, just...
We're taught that we have to be beautiful. I don't think I've ever been taught that I have to be beautiful. I've more been taught that it doesn't fucking matter what I do. But sure. And that's got nothing to do with me being trans. That's just my life, how it's gone. And I can't really be compared to the average trans person, so...
Just fuck off, Alok. What's this fem's business? Women
Fuck off, Alok. I should use that. Holy shit.
Have to be beautiful.
look, just fuck off, Alok.
Yeah, that's good.
What's this fem's business? Women and femme.
I am pro non-binary because kids shouldn't feel the need to be pretty and passable. Kids shouldn't be having anything to do with this shit. I don't think kids should be learning about these like identities and stuff. I think we're putting ideas in their heads. I think they should be encouraged not to think about any of that shit and to just try and figure out who they are and shit. Instead of being spelled out everything, you know what I mean? Instead of everything being spelled out for them. Women are taught that, not men. Listen. That's probably true. I haven't had a female experience. I can see more of a case for that. But either way, I don't know what Alok is actually saying when he talks about, oh, we're taught that we should be this, that, or the other. You know what I mean? I think you said that when I said it, Paggy. Hope you're doing well, by the way. But yeah, when Alok says it, I don't know what he materially means, if that makes sense.
Are you fucking joking me? Is that what we are? Fuck off, you prick.
Women and femmes don't have the privilege to be evaluated by, I don't know, our ideas or personalities.
This isn't true at all. Like, are like trans women solely based on like judged by their looks? When? Like what is he talking about? What's a fucking example of what he's saying? Like, seeing as we're talking about women and femmes, you know, he's the one opening it up to this bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, but it's just saying the same feminist shit that all the other feminists say, but like sticking themselves to it, you know. It's like the cuckoo laying one in the nest of someone else and trying to pass it off. It's a bit kind of, I don't know. Something's very wrong here, you know?
Fucking joking me. Is that what we are? Fuck off, you prick.
Women and femmes don't have the privilege to be evaluated by, I don't know, our ideas or personality because people are too busy commenting on our appearances.
I mean, I'm supposedly a femme, and people almost never talk about my looks. I get about as much hate from TERFs and TRA types about my looks. And in either case, it's not much. Like, usually the kind of hate comments I get are just generic, you're dumb kind of comments, you know? Things that I can totally think about and be like, yeah, I can really improve on this. You know, things like, oh, you're dumb. 6-inch sticks. Okay, I've missed something. Alok is the performative side of MB, so that's the loophole. Well, yeah. But the TRA carries it to create their transsexual narrative. Well, yeah, interestingly, whoever this person was calling me a transmed or whatever, they're kind of highlighting that. Like, they wanna be able to, like, shit on whatever. Oh, hi. We are watching Magdalen Berns and Alok Maid Vernon, who is a supposed non-binary man who cross-dresses and says weird things about kids. Hope you're doing well.
Stop trying to compare your fucking fetish to womanhood. It's really fucking insulting, especially when you do it wearing that stupid blonde wig. And I cannot believe the pathetic...
Alok looks like a piss take of like a tranny, you know what I mean? How is this not just fucking Josh Saiter again? Can you see it? Can you see it? How is that not just more fucking Josh Saiter? Can I send some white paint to this young lady to finish her background wall? She died in like 2019, so probably not. I wouldn't try myself.
Pathetic handmaidens tolerated your shit, because what you're doing is actually sickening. It's as insulting as what you're doing to pretend you're as oppressed as African Americans. It's that level of insult, what you're doing in your blonde wig.
Listen, I'm a tranny. I'm, by default, very insulting to women, but even I'm insulted by this kind of shit. Because he's trying to jump in on, like, trans shit just as much. And the problem is people, like, accept these kind of people. And it sucks, because it's got nothing to do with anything. Like, what's he even been saying this whole time? Just whining that people are mean to him, and he gets he gets judged based on his looks because he dresses insanely. Like, yeah, if that's why, you know. Brain rot caused the tumor. I will time you out if you say weird shit like that. In what way is she playing the victim? She's criticizing someone, similarly to how I'm criticizing people. Do you understand?
Wig, like a fucking gross.
Listen, you don't have to like fucking Magdalene Berns, but brain rot caused the tumor. This is the kind of shit. This is the kind of shit that gets people's back up.
Parody. Yeah, I'm quoting fucking Jermaine Gray.
Have you read the article on Alok not getting any DMs? Not getting any DMs? That's what happens when we accept gender identity. Yeah, it's almost like it was a terrible idea. And now, if you're not pro-gender identity, then you're not accepted. That's what's happened now. I feel like I'm being scolded by a depressed teenager. That is my favorite genre of YouTube, so fair enough. Oh, is it Vade Met? Why do I keep thinking his name is Maid Vernon? I'm amazing with names. DMs. I don't know. Is this like dating site shit? I was too much, too feminine, too hairy, too brown. Who was saying that you're too brown? You're Indian, you're gonna be brown. That's how it is. What the fuck? This is just victim shit. Like, being punched by a stranger, yeah, fuck that shit. Why would you hit someone? At the same time, these people, like, they seem to live for, like, the victim shit. Please fuck off, Guardian. Fucking beg for money from literally anywhere else but me. It's not funny. I don't have money to give to a fucking corporation that has existed a fucking hell of a long time, longer than I have. Are Akon's earrings covering his big hairy earlobes? Probably, like, what is this? I feel like maybe it's similar to like, maybe it's similar to like sports in a way, where these extremely like average people can get shit tons of attention just by like dyeing their hair and wearing weird clothes. Like, who the fuck is this person? You know what I mean? How gender non-conforming, trans feminine people are only permitted to exist on a screen in a photograph on a stage. What does he mean when he says this shit? You know what I mean? What does he mean? He says this shit seemingly constantly. Do they ever talk like a normal person? That picture makes you feel weird. Yeah, it should. It's weird. Anyway, I can't find it.
Like a fucking...
It was a Vice article on the author's non-binary friends and how no one wants to date them even though they think they're out of relationship. Shit. Ouch. I feel like Blair White has covered this person. Probably, a lot of people have talked about Alok Vade Menon. Jesus Christ, I don't know his fucking name. Probably something to do with this. GG. My god, why does their fucking... everything just pops up for me. Megan Rapinoe. Pink hair and most important player ever. To be fair, wasn't Megan Rapinoe playing for the US for like a long time? Like, she says some pretty bizarre shit, but I think she has at least like been around for a while and actually done some things, you know? Alok Vade Menon. The full quote they're complaining about reads, "These days, the narrative is that freaky transgender people, or as they say, cross-dressers, will come in your bathrooms and abuse little innocent girls." Not quite, but something like that. There are no fairy tales and no princes here. Little girls are also queer, trans, kinky, deviant, kind, mean, beautiful, ugly, tremendous, and peculiar. Your kids aren't as straight and narrow as they think they are. Like everyone else, I've been a cute little girl. Sorry, they're acting like the full quote makes it better. Listen, this part here, your kids aren't as straight and narrow as you think you are. That's true. That's very true. Why would you say, I've been a cute little girl? Little girls are also queer, trans, kinky, deviant, like... What is this? Why say that kind of shit? Although they've said they did not write the post. Did they or didn't they? I don't fucking know. Who cares? But people seem to have... Listen, I don't have confirmation of that, but that is what people tend to not like about him. But he's saying he didn't write it. I don't think we know for sure, to be fair.
Gross parody. Yeah, I'm quoting fucking Jermaine Greer. Fuck off. You're not us.
It's no secret that humans used to think some things that are actually...
What's this like head stuff? Like, is it just being gay or is it something else? I don't know. Yeah, so the one thing about that quote is that supposedly he's saying he didn't say it. I don't know the truth, but it's why a lot of people get their back up around this person. What are these socks and these shoes? What is this outfit? Like, who decided that body hair and dresses are like an amazing combination? It just looks bad. And as a male, you've got like so much more of it. Like, you need to do something about that. It's like when I see drag queens that have like chest hair, it just looks like they forgot. It just looks sloppy to me. It's just forced like androgyny. Like, does this person sincerely like how they look? You know what I mean?
very wrong were totally right.
This is the part where Alok starts sounding a bit like a pedo. He released...
The thing is, there might be a precedent if he did say it though, so...
Right. Humans used to think some things that are actually very wrong were totally right.
This is the part where Alok starts sounding a bit like a pedo. He released some statement on his Facebook, Dark Matter, where he's basically trying to appropriate Little Girl and pretend that
Oh, she's actually covering the thing.
he has any fucking clue what it's like to be a little girl. Just the whole thing is just really creepy. Even his fans could see that it was fucked up. They asked him to take it down. He's reposted it. I actually can't bring myself to quote this. I'm just going to urge you to judge for yourself.
We already did this.
I just don't feel comfortable saying those words on camera, to be honest. What the fuck is a scapegoat in child abuse? There is, a child is never guilty. They are fucking innocent victims. They're children, for fuck's sake. Archetypal white cis. So now he's trying to assign...
I remember correctly, that quote attributed to Alok came from a longer form quote on Alok's own page. And I think he's written another of essays espousing similar attitudes. Listen, I'll get more into like Alok, I think, one day and nail it down. Obviously, a fan of the playground. Listen, if you're gonna present yourself a certain way, people are gonna say that kind of thing about you. I don't know. I do get the occasional like nonce comment, but I don't really get it online. And like, it's not based on anything. It's just because someone sees like a trans person, and that's one of the things du jour, you know, one of the insults du jour if you're trans. See, I get fucking transphobia too. I just, you know, I'm glad I've never seen or heard of the hairy guy. Yep, true. Some of the people calling themselves trans started out as incels with wild views on relationships and sex. I think if you have enough positive attention, you're owed sex. Yeah, there's some weird attitudes out there. I've never felt entitled. I have used dating sites as a supposed woman looking for other women, but I was very upfront at being trans on my dating profile. And specifically why is partly because I don't want my time wasted, but I'm also not really looking to waste other people's time. And if someone's not interested in trans people, then that's fine. You know straight away you can either ignore me or say, hey, not my thing, or whatever. And that's fine. We'll move on. But yeah. Everyone gets an occasional accusation of trans or stolen valor or nonce eventually. Well, yeah. Hey, I got accused of sexual assault once by someone that... We were supposed to meet up, then we didn't. Then someone started messaging me being like, oh, what did you do to this guy? I'm like, I didn't even fucking see him today. I don't know. I think it happens to everyone.
I'm privileged to a child abuse victim, which is possibly the most disgusting thing I can think of ever. I mean, I think we...
Wait, I missed something. The stream is 90% chat combo and 10% video react. Probably, yeah. I don't know. I'm not concentrating amazingly well today, and that's fine. If I make the odd unhinged as fuck piece of content that everyone hates, then I'm fine with that. It kind of happens anyway, whether I like it or not, so.
Comfortable saying those words on camera, to be honest. What the fuck is a scapegoat in child abuse? There is like, a child is never guilty. They are fucking innocent victims. They're
Oh,
children.
I think I know what she's saying.
For fuck's sake, archetypal white cis. So now he's trying to assign privilege to a child abuse victim.
The TQ ideology exclaiming that anyone can be trans, super quick to denounce people as bigots, mean that even that folks like Alec McFademan and Menon are welcomed even louder. Yes, and I don't know, I've disagreed with this ideology for a long time.
Victim, which is possibly the most disgusting thing I can think of ever. I mean, I think we can all agree, no matter how oppressed we are, that you just don't do that. You just don't do that unless you're twisted as fuck.
Soon you'll find that the world is super textured and layered, and there's actually enough room to respect how...
God, does anyone else find this kind of shit especially super patronizing? Actually, the world is made up of lots of things. All this kind of shit, like, it's so annoying.
weird we actually all are.
This fucking vocal minority of narcissists are able to promote paedophilia, appropriate lesbianism,
Okay, so I'm guessing the reason she's evil in this video is because she called that guy a paedophile appropriator. I don't know if I feel all that different from Magdalen Berns, so maybe I'm also a terrible person.
appropriate womanhood. They will appropriate gay, don't worry, that'll come. Because no one gives a fuck about any of these groups. Clearly, everyone who said they did was fucking lying all through the 80s, the 90s and the noughties. For fuck's sake, like, how long are these people gonna take the piss? Are you just gonna sit there and take it? Are you really just gonna sit there and take this? Come on, man, stand up for yourselves. Fuck's sake, this is ridiculous. Wake the fuck up, man. Wake up.
Okay, this is something else. I might watch this if I get time, but I need to find what the next one was. Wait, I haven't seen Olivia say anything about Roger. Why do they have to speak to us like we're children? Yes, exactly. That's exactly how I feel when I listen to that shit. You mean the trans guy who doesn't say she's trans? Sarah Delance. I've definitely missed some stuff. It speaks like a nonce, talks like a nonce, walks like a nonce. Yeah, of course. The childish voice. Yeah. It's like... so much of this stuff is like aimed at children and it makes me so uncomfortable. Anyway, so the second video... yeah, the second video is what kind of fools do transgender UK and Stonewall take us for?
I still don't know what it means when someone says they live full-time as a trans woman.
Yeah, the hair is, you don't really see that kind of hairstyle too much these days, but hey, she's got a look. Or she had a look, should I say.
Especially when they look like a bloke.
I am a trans woman, and I...
There we go. Trans woman. Can you hear their accent? They sound extremely feminine. Let's just start from the start again.
I still don't know what it means when someone says they live full-time as a trans woman.
They're a male that wear women's clothes, basically. It's glorified cross-dressing. What should I say about Roger? I think you're being called Roger.
Especially when they look like a bloke.
I am a trans woman.
And sound like, oh my god, look, there's like a full-on beard. How can you say that you're a woman?
And I live full-time as a trans woman.
What does it mean? Really, what does it actually mean? Let me introduce you to Alex Drummond. He's on the Trans Equality Advisory Board for an LGBT charity called Stonewall UK. Acceptance Without Exception, which is quite a big charity. They get funding from people like Arcus, Goldman Sachs, the Scottish government. This guy's obviously been...
There's some of the money that goes into our shit, I guess, but according to TRAs, there's no money in our shit. So I don't know. Someone's got to be lying. Someone's got to be lying. These trans women give cross-dressers a bad name, true. I think we have to create a new category, non-transitioning, and move all the groups outside the trans label. Yeah, treating trans as umbrella. I hate the trans umbrella. Like, to me, trans is like transsexual, and then everything else can go under queer or some shit. I don't care. They can do what they want with that label, because I don't know what that label means, so I don't use it.
Being taken seriously, so I just want to dissect some of what he's saying and give my take on it.
But I'm also widening the bandwidth of...
Alex Drummond. I feel like I've heard that name before. This isn't a trans woman. Like, just call yourself a queer and be done with it. Why does any of this have to do with, like, this shit? You know what I mean? Who am I checking? Sorry. You have to give me a name. I can't search unless I have a name.
Of how to be a woman.
What do you think you're contributing to womanhood by widening the bandwidth? Why aren't you...
Yeah, is it really for males to, like, widen the bandwidth of what a woman is? Is that cool?
You widening the bandwidth being male because he likes wearing a skirt and he feels a bit like a woman, for whatever the fuck that means. It is women that need to expand to make space for him rather than men that need to actually just accept blokes who like wearing skirts and not give them shit for it.
Having dirty hands, that's that massive...
Mia Schuyler. I'll have a look into her at some point. Maybe after I've done this bit.
Masculine.
Does that mean having clean hands is feminine?
Now, as a trans woman, if I'm fixing the car and I've got my boiler suit on, that doesn't take away my femininity.
It's all about clothes. Oh my god, it's just about clothes. I'm wearing a cropped hoodie and a fucking lingua ignota t-shirt and some leggings. Just in case anyone didn't know, because my clothes are, like, really interesting to everyone, I'm sure. Amazing. Amazing. Can you imagine being interviewed as a trans woman, and that's the shit you go to, is just like, well, I can wear these clothes, I don't feel less feminine when fixing my car. It's cringe. Just don't do it. Don't fall into the trap of this shit where it's like my femininity, my womanhood, everything, it's just my clothes, it's just how I look. Pretending trans is only about the word woman is so bad faith. I don't know what you mean. Like, people don't like the idea that woman is just something you can dress up as and call yourself, when in actuality women have to do things like birth children and look after the children instead of having careers and stuff like that, or at least traditionally. I don't know. I think, listen, if you took cues from me a bit more, Olivia, and accepted your malehood and, you know, allowed women to sort of say more and listen to them a bit more on what being a woman is and shit, I think that would help you personally. Mia gets mad when she is asked why she doesn't say she is trans to guys she is with. Wasn't she on a video? Hang on, let me just find it, because I think bizarrely, I watched an Alec Gunter reaction to a offensive tranny. Oh, what was she called? I can't... This person. Was it this person? If not, then I've no idea. But this person here. Can you see? You can see? Yes, you can see. Is it that person? If not, I've no idea.
It doesn't make you female either, Alex.
Women are allowed to fix cars too.
Do you believe that no woman would know that women can fix cars?
The word man changed too. Maybe, but... I mean, you shouldn't really be just claiming that you're a man and nothing else either. When you're a female, you shouldn't be doing that either. If you ask someone, they'd probably say, I have the same kind of issue the other way round. Maybe someone like this is going to focus more on the female aspect of it because they're female. They were female, you know?
too.
Okay, I'll have a look afterwards because I don't want to jump around too much, but I will have a look at some point.
Until you came along to transplain fixing cars to women.
I mean, I'd never even heard of transgender before the age of 40.
Like, this is just... Hang on.
Explain fixing cars to women.
I mean, I'd never...
This is so much effort. You went to so much effort to look like Sargon of Akkad in a wig and a massive, like, costume. Like, is anyone else getting, like, Sargon of Akkad vibes? By the way, these older, like, trans women, they're always, like, minted. Like, I don't know what where the generational gap kind of flips. But usually these older trans women are, like, minted. And then trans women my age and younger are generally, like, broke. Doesn't it look like Sargon in a wig? I'm sorry, it fucking does. This person looks a bit like Carl Benjamin with some makeup and a wig. I'm like, put all this effort in. Why not do this properly? Why not shave? Why not give a fuck about coming across like a woman in any way, shape, or form? Do you know why I don't wear all of this kind of shit every day? It's because it's way too much effort when I'm not a fucking woman anyway. And it's just, I can't be bothered. I just can't be bothered. It's a waste of time. Why did the activists all have beards? Is it purposeful? Well, they're all male and they all can't be bothered to grow, to shave or something, I don't know. Noel Edmonds. I'm seeing it a bit, yeah. Listen, I'm not being mean, it's just, if you're not going to make much effort, and you're going to look like a man, then that's what's going to happen. Just get over it. People need to be thicker skinned.
Women.
I mean, I'd never even heard of transgender before the age of 40.
This guy's got to be trolling. He cannot be serious.
There you go. Paggy, you and Magdalen are on the same page here. I know what she means, though. I know what you mean as well. Like, it's ridiculous. It does make people look stupider, you know? Well, you're not the same kind of trans person, but I find that trans women above a certain, like, age are, like, a little bit, like, a little bit more well off, usually.
Yes.
And it was only when I was
Like, come on. Like, no. Just no. This is offensive to me, and this is obviously a wig. How are you a transgender woman? Are you, like, mega bald? Is this person called Alex Drummond? Oh, that's someone else. Oh no, it is Alex Drummond. Trans activist on the days between. Girl, Alex. Still with the beard. Look at this. Look at this. You're not being a woman. Why would you call yourself a trans woman? That's not what you are. You're just not that. Like, trans activist. Like, how old are you? They've got a thing as well. Like, this is embarrassing. Children need to be educated about gender equality, to address entrenched views about gender norms. What the fuck does that mean? I could read it, but I don't want to. And this person hasn't been active since 2017. Lovely. What the fuck is... Oh, this is their website. So I don't know where they're at these days.
Researching gender theory as part of my master's. I discovered all this, like, amazing science
No, Alex, I know you didn't learn any
theory as part of my...
trolling. He cannot be serious.
And it was only when I was researching gender theory as part of my master's that I discovered...
Yeah, so they come across all this weird shit and then decide that they want to jump in on it. And then they make way too much effort, neck down, and a zero effort, neck up. That's just how so many of these trans people do it. Clothes are easier, I guess. You just put them on. But none of them learn how to do any fucking makeup. Most of this person's look, like, take off your fucking beard and learn how to do your makeup. You might even end up looking okay. But this is never going to work. Like, what do I see? A guy with a beard that probably plays fucking rhythm guitar in a fucking band or something. What do I see? I don't fucking know. Tons of these in-your-face trans influencers do this full beard feminine thing. It's just an easy and lazy as fuck way of being androgynous without actually having to give a fuck about what you look like. And people think that if they're just androgynous, then it'll make them interesting or something, and they can call themselves trans and be part of the club and post fucking selfies every trans day of fucking visibility. Grifters, shills, and con artists, yes. This person probably doesn't give a fuck about any of this shit. Dylan is Uber. Yes. Why would you care about making turf seethe? That sounds very immature. Josh Saiter with his clout chasing social experiment, capitalizing this anything goes atmosphere nowadays. Yeah, the thing with Josh Saiter is I do think he made a good point, which is that anyone can just put a dress on and some lipstick and say they're a woman and people will accept them. At least some people, not everyone. And I don't think that's good. Dorky girl, you are intolerable and untitled. Why are you watching me then? If you find me so intolerable and entitled, I don't know what you mean by entitled. I don't know what I'm entitled to, but sure, go ahead. If you feel that way about me, why are you watching my show? You can leave any time. You could leave now if you wanted to. Why not leave? Why not just watch something you do like Philosophy Tube, or something equally asinine and insipid? Bye-bye.
Discover all of this like amazing science.
No, Alex, I know you didn't learn any science on your gender theory
Yeah, none of it's fucking science. I say that, I didn't hear what he was actually doing, but...
course. Those courses are bullshit. Everyone knows it. Seriously. No one.
So someone stood in a room with him and a bunch of other people in it and read Judith Butler or Foucault or something. I don't know.
Respects those courses. Come on, just stop, Alex.
In the end, people should wear what they want and not make a fuss looking for oppression points. I agree. Listen, this person with the dress and the beard, I'm going to think this is a terrible look regardless. And I'm going to be fucking baffled with the idea of not giving a fuck what you look like from the neck up and then making all that effort from the waist down, from the neck down, sorry. I'm always going to think that. But I don't care that this person dresses this way. That's fine. I don't give a fuck. Identify as what you want. I don't give a fuck about that either. But why is it a rights issue? He exposed how far left the pendulum has swung, how much hug boxing. Yeah, exactly. Like, I definitely have criticisms. He seems to go around acting like he knows what trans communities are like nowadays. And I don't think that's true. I don't think he really ingratiated himself with, like, trans communities. I don't know who he was, like... I didn't see him, like, collaborating with people, really making inroads. And it's too late to now because it's done, you know? But that's, you know... I still get the point he was trying to make, and I still see it, you know?
The prospect of the thought of surgery.
See, this is the thing with someone like Josh Saiter. You can have criticisms for them, but also kind of agree with what they were going for. It can go both ways. It can be more simple than this person's either the most amazingly funny or most amazingly horrible person in the entire world. And then people show up to my streams and treat me the same way. But hey, whatever.
Terrifies me.
Of course it terrifies you, Alex. They chop your cock off.
So you're curious about the beard, huh?
It's quite normal for blokes to...
Vance said on Rogan that men in dresses like that should be illegal. It is a rights issue. Well, listen, I don't see them actually making it illegal because that's ridiculous. But I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. For the sane world, this is not a fucking rights issue. Just wear whatever the fuck you want and stop acting like you're special because of it. You know what I mean? Also, America isn't the world. I'm not even American. Nor is the person speaking. Nor is this person. So hey.
To have beards.
It kind of deconstructs gender. It queers gender.
Queers gender?
It queers gender. How old are you? Oh, it makes me sick. It's gross. It's gross. I hate these people. Like, I hate seeing these people that are like fucking way older than me. Thinking that one day this could be me. Maybe I'm going to lose my fucking mind. Even more than I already have. I'm looking anime today. Oh, thank you. I'm not wearing any makeup and I'm not feeling amazing today. So, yeah. America is the world, actually. I guess. I don't know. I think you're talking from a place of confirmation bias, personally. Does he scream, "It's ma'am"? No. I presume this shop must be very woke if he's allowing people to film him in it.
Constructs gender. It
Deconstructs gender. You're just wearing a beard and some makeup and a wig. It's not that deep, bro. It's not that deep. I don't know if it's a fetish. I don't know if you just like being feminine ever since you learned from a Judith Butler or whatever the fuck lecture. But it's not that deep. You're not queering gender. I'm not queering fucking gender just because I'm a male who grew tits and had my penis inverted. I'm sorry. I mean, I don't know. Should I go on more about what fucking clothes I wear? I normally don't. You can normally see what clothes I'm wearing, and it's normally very fucking boring.
queers gender.
Queers gender.
I spent years trying to pass as male.
Is this like neo-hippie shit? Or have hippies gone off to do something else? I can't tell. This person was once something else. Was he ever diagnosed with gender dysphoria? Probably not. Hey, I don't have a GRC either, but hey, maybe I'll get one, maybe I won't.
Oh, fuck off, you wanker. Gender.
I spent years trying to pass as male.
Years trying to pass as male. Listen, I already had Magdalen's reaction. I'm just gonna let her take this.
Oh, fuck off, you wanker.
There we go. Where's gender? These people are 14. That's the thing. It's so jarring hearing this weird fucking language coming out of like men in their 50s.
You identify as lesbian.
America is an insane asylum. I didn't read the rest because just that first bit was true. It's time to start GRC without GCS. I mean, I still need GRC, but maybe not. Pass as male. What's his gender? F. What, as in female? No, just F, as in fail. Oh my god, look at this. You identify as lesbian. How do other women react to you? Certainly I draw out the inner lesbian in women. What does that mean? I draw out the inner lesbian in women. You've got a fucking beard. I never got complimented when I was living as male and trying to pass as male. Oh my god. I regularly get complimented on how I look as a woman. I wonder what this is about. I wonder what this person's transition is all about. Oh my god. Holy fucking shit. I'm actually just a fucking TERF, I think. I think I've just been turned into a TERF. Years trying to pass as male. Yeah. This is like, listen, I had to kind of ditch a lot of trans ideology shit because I didn't want to be deluded anymore. This is like literally just delusional. Like, what am I supposed to say? When I was living as male and trying to pass as male, and like he's talking about getting complimented. Like, I feel like this is probably what he wanted. He didn't get enough attention as a guy. Probably didn't get many dates. Probably couldn't get fucking laid. I know the feeling. I was a male. Well, I've always been a male. I will die a male, etc., etc., etc. Hi, Justin Linksearcher. I've lived like as a guy, so to speak. And like, yeah, I know how it feels, but like transitioning because you're not getting like compliments. Like, I don't know. That's embarrassing. That's actually embarrassing. I watched Vans on Rogan. I did not hear Vance say anything about cross-dressing to be making illegal. Did I misunderstand you? Wait, did you make that up, Olivia? If you're going to start making stuff up, I am literally just eating you because I can't be bothered. People have been suggesting to me that you'll bring up things that I'm not familiar with that aren't even true. I think you should check through some of the comments on our debate, actually, because I think you probably should answer to one or two of them. But if you're making stuff up, I am just going to get rid of you. I hope you understand that. Like, you know, I like having you around for what it's worth, but I have a limit. Ray Alex covered it. I need to look at some point. Wait, is this one of those things where he didn't actually say women men wearing dresses need to be made illegal, but said something extremely tenuously similar. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you know, I don't know. You know, legally maybe it seems a bit shaky or something. You're trying to make it illegal. Is it that kind of thing? I don't know. Vance talked about a man in a miniskirt and that there was nothing about it that was problematic other than not seeing the man's balls. Vance never said it should be illegal. Have you been lying to me, Olivia? Vance said on Rogan that men in dresses like that should be illegal. It is a rights issue. Did you just make this fucking thing up? Paris Convo isn't... I don't fucking... Listen, I'll deal with your shit eventually. Okay, great. I don't know. Listen. I think my health issues shouldn't be allowed to walk the streets. So that's not the same thing. Did he even say that, though? Like, you keep changing what you're saying. And, like, you say things about me, and I invite you on and ask you about things that you said about me. And it's like, well, I don't mean it that way. It's like, why say it then? Why say it that way? If you don't mean it that way, why say it that way?
Lesbian, how do other women react to you? Alex Drummond, I've been in a long-term committed relationship for a long time now.
What's this about? I'm watching some Magdalen Berns videos, and this one is about someone called Alex Drummond, who is a supposed trans woman who has a full beard. I don't know if you can see the screen in screen or whatever it's called, but that's that person. Full beard. Reminds me of a slightly slimmer Carl Benjamin, aka Sargon of Akkad, wearing drag. He's running to pass laws, therefore obviously is talking about making... Can people who are running to pass laws only talk about making laws? Can he not explain his, like, opinion on something? We're fact-checking Olivia. For some reason, I can't just do my shit. Like, people have to show up and say false things in my chat, and then, I don't know. I'm gonna keep watching, so...
So I'm spoken for, but I certainly draw out the inner lesbian in women. Stonewall UK, acceptance without exception.
I've already read that bit, and, like, hearing it back again is just... gross. They made Sargon trans, another victim of the woke mob. He actually fucking looks... Hang on, 236. Let me show you. Okay, this isn't a good example. The face doesn't look like Sargon, but he reminds me of Sargon. But yeah, trans woman. Can't see at all why women might find it insulting to suggest that this person is a woman, because it kind of suggests that any man can just call himself a woman. And I understand why women feel that way, so I don't call myself a woman. And I also don't call myself a woman because I don't think it's true. Because I don't think I can become a woman, because a woman would be a female, and I'm not a female. And I have no way of becoming a female. So I don't know, hopefully that explains.
Your fucking minds are so open, your brains have fallen out. Lesbians exist, and this is not it. You do not...
Your old boss when you were in auto tech, he was talking about fixing a car earlier. Where is it? Yeah, he's like, oh, I can wear my boiler suit and all this stuff, and like I still don't feel less feminine when I'm fixing my car. Massive Range Rover, by the way. This guy's fucking loaded. It's gross. There's something so weird about this.
Not represent us. You are absolute
Any last words, Olivia?
fucking treacherous, money-taking bastards. Just a short video. I've got another one coming up soon. In the meantime, consider contributing.
There you go. I'm getting my kids ready for karate. And my daughter just asked me, why is everyone talking about boys being girls at school? She's 10. Oh my god. That's crazy. He wants it to be illegal for blokes to walk around with their sack hanging out. So you didn't say that. You can come back tomorrow. I'm sick of this shit. Listen, there's been some bullshit recently on my Discord. I'm just gonna stop letting it fly because it's annoying. People are supposed to be grown adults. And yet I have to tell people that they should disengage with people if they don't fucking Oh my god, Ty Rivera did a review. I covered this person ages ago. Her name's Shivani Devi. She's actually not bad by TRA on talk show standards. Like, she's actually relatively impressive. I wonder what he thinks, but hey, I already covered this, so I don't know. Another supposed trans person or TRA type person that I've actually been positive about. Amazing. Almost like that happens. Where are you? Sorry, we're sorting this out because it's getting a bit ridiculous. You can come back tomorrow, Olivia, because you say misinfo and then everyone just fucking goes on about it, and it's getting old. Anyway, so that was Stonewall. I've got one more Magdalen Berns video, which is about Ariel Scarella, believe it or not. So this is from April 10th, 2016. Getting really retro with this stuff. This is some of the oldest stuff I've ever covered. He was referring to exhibitionism. Yeah, exactly. There we go. So misinfo. Not really down with misinfo. People get timed out if they're misinfoing and get called out on it. It is how it is. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But yeah, let's see. There is no such thing as a lesbian with a penis. I guess I agree with that. I think it's a bit more complicated when it comes to like sexual relationships between. She does kind of rile me up because she causes a lot of issues. Hey, I don't know. Yeah. My thoughts on like sexual relationships between women and post-op trans women is a bit more complicated than it's still straight, but we're gonna continue exploring. I'm not really hard and fast. But yeah, let's see. Magdalen Berns versus Ariel Scarella.
Would you date a lesbian with a penis?
Ariel, mate, lesbians don't have penises.
That's an interesting look. I prefer the other ones, I think. But hey, listen, I look shame people equally, by which I mean I'm not actually look shaming. I just don't think this is the best hairstyle I've ever seen.
Would you date a lesbian with a penis?
Ariel, mate, lesbians don't have penises.
You identify as a...
And bear in mind, this person has definitely done an about face on this kind of thing since then. I wonder if anyone's going to mention. Ariel has started speaking out a lot clearer for lesbians and women in the last few months. 4 years ago. Okay, yeah. But yeah, let's see Ariel's woke shit. I guess we've got the hat, so she's looking the part already.
A lesbian, but were assigned the male gender at birth, correct?
If you're born with a...
Oh my god, she had the fucking music playing as well. What the fuck was Ariel Scarella doing in fucking 2016? I need to know now. Oh. Like, can you hear the fucking music in the background? Like the whistling and the fucking ukulele and all that shit.
Identify as a lesbian, but were assigned the male gender at
And the xylophone.
birth, correct?
It's not a xylophone, it's a glockenspiel.
If you're born with a penis and balls, you're male. You don't get assigned reproductive organs. Males are defined by their biological sex organs. Likewise, a homosexual is someone who's attracted to members of the same biological sex.
I saw Cruel Intentions, and that was the first.
Who is this? Oh, there's a link to it. Does it still exist? Ah, it's been privated. I just want to see if like her channel goes back that far. Yeah, 14 years ago. Oh my god. So she was like woke maybe. She was a lot younger, I'll tell you that. That kind of makes sense, I guess. The Italian girls say. Looks like Brianna Wu. How to basic music. How to know and tell if you're lesbian, if you're gay or lesbian. Things I hate about gays. I guess she was like interesting at least. Bisexuals are fake and gay. What is this? This almost looks like stuff I'd actually find quite funny and like almost in an unironic sense. Reasons to hate gays and lesbians. I'll have fun, Petunia. Thanks for coming out. How to go down on a girl. I think a lot of it was like sex stuff. But yeah, there we go.
First time I'd ever seen two girls kiss, and then I saw Cruel Intentions. And that was the first time I'd ever seen two girls kiss, and that's when I knew I was a lesbian.
Is that person female? I can't tell if this is... Fucking hell, my fucking radar is like destroyed, okay? I can't tell who's fucking trans and who isn't anymore.
To members of the same biological sex.
I saw Cruel Intentions, and that was the first time I'd ever seen two girls kiss, and that's when I knew I was a lesbian.
I don't know a single actual lesbian that saw that film and decided to become a lesbian afterwards. Or any film, in fact. It's quite well known that...
Which one looks like Brianna Wu? This one? Maybe? Kinda?
In fact, it's quite well known that the entire heterosexual male domain, i.e. the world, enjoyed that scene from that film. But males can't be lesbians. This is bollocks. If you're male and you like wearing clothes that women wear and you like watching women kissing each other, that doesn't make you a lesbian.
I actually grew up in a very conservative...
Yeah, Cheryl, you're actually right. Like, I mean... I ended up moving over that way. You can say that about lots of people who've ended up in the more kind of gender critical kind of area, I guess.
Conservative town.
This might explain it. People that come from traditionally conservative backgrounds or
yes, what's the word? Overcorrecting. Like, I was very sheltered when I was younger. And like when I moved out and shit, like I went kind of crazy. That's what happens to a lot of people that are like sheltered and then go out. Overcorrecting is probably a similar concept. Not to dump on Brianna Wu, but if you noticed on all her interviews she makes... I haven't actually watched enough Brianna Wu to know. I think her podcast is going to be interesting, if you know what that is. Doll's Cast. She's got that Kelly Cadigan on there, and not everyone's very happy about that. Actually, several people I follow on Twitter, I think Ink Search included. Yeah.
Religious backgrounds, they kind of tend to go off the rails. That might have...
Yes, thank you, exactly. We're on the same page. Listen, Magdalen Berns would not appreciate me even calling myself a trans woman, but we're on the same page. That's more what I care about than anything else, let's be real.
Something to do with what we're seeing here.
I referred to myself as a lesbian trapped in a man's body.
There we go. So, is this personal... By the way... Seeing two girls in something kiss and then deciding you're a lesbian, that's weird. That's weird. Don't tell people that. That's fucking weird. I'm sorry. That's just fucking weird.
The amount of blokes have said that. If you're a lesbian watching, you will recognise that blokes have said that. I think they're trying to infer that they're good at cunnilingus or something. But yeah, they say it.
So when do you think it's the right time to tell them?
Yeah, the Kelly Cadigan thing. I know nothing about her really. Maybe I'll get into that sometime. But yeah, I don't know. Like, it kind of seems like Brianna Wu kind of has it in a little bit for trans men and says quite a lot of stuff that seems a lot more pointed at trans men when it seems like it should be more evenly distributed, if you know what I mean. So maybe they're all just a bit like that on there and that's why they're not taking it very seriously. I mean, hey, listen, at least Taft Taj on there and she's sensible, so... And I can't remember who the other person was. I should get on there, but I've no idea what the fuck I'd talk about. I kind of choke up when it comes to like, what would you talk about if you talk to this person? I have no fucking idea. At least Twitter is funny. Yeah, kinda. I follow her, and she seems like someone who gets swept up in stuff very easily. She seems quite suggestible. But I really don't know her, let's be real.
Ariel is pissing me off now. When do you think it's the right time to tell them? When they're snogging, he's got a penis, she's gonna be all uncomfortable, it's gonna be weird. He's got a stiffy. There's all this bullshit fucking peer pressure over transphobia. Ariel's alright, she's out, I'm out, we're out. But what if you're not out yet and you're not sure of yourself, insecure, and everybody's conflating sex and gender and nobody even knows what homosexual is? It's like she's throwing young lesbians under the bus.
I've been with women that are bisexual, lesbians who were with men prior. I've been with a few gold star lesbians as well.
Lesbians who were with men prior. A bit of an odd way of putting it, but sure, I guess.
There are two scenarios where a lesbian would have sex with a member of the opposite sex. That's sex she doesn't want to be having. The first one is where she's wanting to fit in with everybody else, so she tries to have heterosexual relationships in order to conform to societal expectations of her. The second scenario is rape. One scenario is the fault of the male.
Being confident in myself has gotten me a long way.
The other scenario is the fault.
Yeah, listen, Brianna Wu, I'm guessing it's Brianna Wu pretty much that's running the show there. She's like an odd one. Like, she says some of the right things about like trans movements and stuff like that, but to me, she acts like the same as a lot of these TRA types. I don't think she's changed that much at all from like the Gamergate days and being a fucking SJW. She talks out about them now and admits that they were kind of the shitty people in many senses. But at the same time, I just don't think she's changed very much. And when I watched a video that was a YouTuber called Queeman, who I actually really like, confronting Brianna Wu about some shit that she'd lied about. And it was like absolutely infuriating. Like, Brianna Wu was like muting him constantly, going off on these long fucking tangents that quite clearly the person she's talking to doesn't want to fucking listen to. They want answers about some things. Do you know what I mean? Brianna may be grifting. Hey, listen, anyone might be grifting. I don't know. The thing about Brianna is she has no need to grift anything, because she's from a rich background, she has a rich partner, she's like, whatever she does, she's fine, you know? I do think she should, like, stop using Twitter. That would probably help, but hey, I don't know. It's not my business. Her actions with PV and most things she touches seem a bit suspect. Yeah, she's one of those people that I never will trust. I will agree with her on some things, but that's about as far as it would go, I think.
Fault of society.
And like, yeah, if you want to not like her, then watch her conversation with a guy called Queeman, Kuihman. It's infuriating. I think I watched it on my channel. It's probably a long as fuck video from ages and ages ago, if I did. But it's infuriating. She does not want to answer anything, and will go to any fucking lengths to not fucking answer anything. And I think the other thing that bothered me was her like covering for Keffels right up till the end and doing the same kind of naive shit that like trans communities are constantly doing, and constantly ending up harboring like strange and disgusting people, you know? Oh yeah, meme attack, don't worry, we already covered that. Olivia's allowed to come back tomorrow. Warmed up to Destiny and stuff. Yeah. The Queeman discussion was embarrassing. I agree. Like, it made me fucking angry. Like, Brianna Wu was like actively pissing me off in the Queeman video. And I'm glad I watched his perspective, because there was something a bit cathartic about hearing him just yelling like, I've been muted again for like the 10th time. Because we all know what's going on. But it's like, I don't know. I feel exactly what he's feeling in that moment, you know? Because I want her to answer this shit just as much as he does.
For creating that pressure.
Sure, you guys have a ton of questions.
Either way, the sex is unwanted.
Hi, Amber.
So what
I hope you're good.
Like to know next is how much Ariel got paid to make that video and how much those girls had to drink.
Tara is this week's special guest on Rainbow University.
I'm not quite sure what Girlfriend's
Rainbow University. Wow, she's really like changed. This looks bizarre.
drink.
Tara is this week's special guest on Rainbow University.
I'm not quite sure what Girlfriend's TV have convinced.
I like her and Connor's podcast. She's taking accountability. Yeah. I mean, I don't completely dislike her. But she's not a kind of person I would ever put much faith or trust into. And like, that's fair enough. Like, I've never been a huge fan of Counterpoints. I enjoyed him and Lauren Southern talking to the Surfs and some other guy about genocide or something. That was fucking hilarious. But yeah, like, even Counterpoints, like, he can be hit or miss for me as well. I find him quite boring sometimes.
Themselves as Rainbow about a heterosexual male who has a thing for lesbians. Tara is a fucking bloke.
There's no such thing as an offensive or stupid question with us.
Just like there's no such thing as a lesbian with a penis.
We're all here to learn.
Learn how to disable the comments. So the comments got disabled.
Oh, there we go. Girlfriends TV. Is that still up? Girlfriends TV. I know if I could whistle, I'd do some high-pitched guitar strumming and like soundtrack my own shit. I'm grateful I don't have a YouTube trail of my cringe woke days. Just pictures and archived Instagram. Yeah, same. I mean, most of my shit is just like Facebook shit from years and years ago, and I don't know who the fuck is gonna look through a fucking Facebook page for that kind of shit. What was I gonna do? Oh yeah, Girlfriends TV. Oh, it's still here, and I think that's Ariel herself even. Would you date a transgender lesbian? Penis on a plane. Dildo. Nice. This is like, I don't know. Can a transgender woman have a clitoral orgasm? I'm so confused. I'm so confused. So Queeman is a YouTuber who did an interview / debate with Brianna Wu and did a video about, you know, exposing a bunch of her lies. He was trying to like confront her and get some answers and shit. And she was not having it and was doing a lot of muting and stuff. But yeah, Girlfriends TV. Crazy. So this is Ariel herself. From not all that long ago. Hey.
Which means that you can't see any of the previous comments and you can't comment on the video. There's 1,791 downvotes, and I'm pretty sure majority of them would have come from...
Interesting, this video is gone, but they have, would you date a transgender lesbian?
Lesbians, maybe a few gay men as well.
God, look at old school YouTube, Jesus. Yeah, I like Queeman. Like, he talks about different stuff to what I do. But yeah, I like his content personally.
Clearly, nobody gives a shit what the viewers of this channel think about this video. I still don't know what it means when...
Okay, let's get to this one. There we go. We've watched 3 videos. I just want to see what this is really quickly. But yeah, I'm trying to understand why Magdalen Berns is such a terrible person. I'm not getting a huge amount out of it, so we're gonna have to watch some shitty video by some SJWs. But yeah, let's just see what this is quickly.
Good morning, girlfriends and boyfriends. Today I am here with one of my best friends, Maya. Hey. Who happens to be wearing
a softball
t-shirt. Yay!
So good.
And you also happen to be transgender.
I am trans.
I dated a trans woman. She was the top reason why I stopped believing in self-ID and Tumblr. Listen, listening to trans people and leftists more is what pushed me away from like the trans acceptance shit and leftism. Like just listening to them actually say what they think about anything.
Transgender.
So you are a transgender lesbian. Fully post-op.
I am.
You've had all the surgeries that you would need.
Let us speak. Oh my god.
Okay. Hi.
To be wearing
a softball
t-shirt. Yay!
So good.
And you also happen to be...
There we go. It's gay to wear softball t-shirts.
Transgender.
I am transgender.
So you are a transgender lesbian. Fully post-op.
I shouldn't even like answer that one.
You've had all the surgeries that you would need, that you feel that you would need.
Yes, at least everybody's transition is different.
Have you had any trouble dating lesbians?
It feels like, I don't know, they cut out a lot there.
You feel that you would need.
Yes, at least everybody's transition is different.
Have you had any trouble?
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. She's getting cut off an awful lot. It's so strange. People like this are actually so rotted by sex. When it consumes a public persona. Yeah, I'm not into it myself. Like, I'm not a very sexual person though, so I'm not sure. Hey, it is what it is. I'm automatically going to be more put off by like sex tubers than probably what's normal. So.
Dating lesbians because you're a trans woman.
Yes and no. A lot of people think I'm cisgender. I don't have a lot of problem meeting them, but I have had.
Why are they sat like that? Is she like doing her feet or something maybe? Is this a video where they show each other their vagina? I don't know. I have no idea. I've never watched Girlfriends TV before. I'm glad. Oh, they have a channel. Listen, we're not stalking this person. Melody Maya Monet. Triple M. I'm just gonna have a quick look. Don't worry. Well, I won't talk to my mom on Mother's Day. Ouch. Jesus Christ. How to have sex with a transgender person. Lesbians reveal aggravating lesbian life challenges. Yeah, I'm not brave enough. I'm not brave enough to fucking talk about myself in this way, I guess. I don't know. This is weird. It feels weird. My depression and suicide letter I wrote. I need to go off this channel. I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't know. Are they doing something with their feet? Like, is she like doing her feet or something? I don't know.
Some issue. I actually had sex with a girl once. It wasn't her, it was like her friend. Like, we were literally laying in bed and her phone went off, so I handed it to her, and as I was handing it to her, I realized it was her friend saying, "Oh my god, did you know Maya's transgender?"
And she didn't know, the girl didn't know.
The girl knew, because I wouldn't sleep with somebody without telling them. And she knew beforehand, way beforehand, but her girlfriend was like concerned. I think it's mostly because of my age. You know, as you get older, it's harder to meet people. And I asked the...
This is fascinating. Oh my god, it feels a bit longer than 2 minutes 28.
Friend wants to maybe, like, if she had a friend or something, and she once told me that she'd be afraid to set me up with a friend of hers because she was afraid that person would get mad at her for setting her up with a transgender person. And I remember being kind of hurt by that. She was...
You would think that would make someone become an even greater ally. Well, yeah, it depends. It depends. The PSA style with the weird background music while sat spread eagle in front of the host is awkward as fuck, yeah. And she keeps having to turn her head towards the camera as well. Maybe this wasn't the best idea. Maybe this hotel room wasn't the one, I don't know. But they got twin beds, so at least when they sleep afterwards, she doesn't actually have to be next to the male lesbian, you know.
Afraid because transgender people just still are not seen very favorably, even in the lesbian community.
Do you think it's more...
Oh honey, it's gonna get so much worse. But it's gonna be our own fault, so hey. This is a position for interviews is new to me.
favorable in the gay guy community? Maybe because of drag queens and stuff, that it's less judged in some way?
I don't know. I mean, I would say the lesbian community is pretty accepting in general.
Yeah. He keeps looking over. I don't know why that's funny to me. Just this constant, like, glancing over when she's, like, sat in front of you. I don't know. I do support trans people. I just think a significant majority of people who identify themselves as trans are nothing of the sort. Maybe, yeah. I mean, I see trans as being transsexual, so I'm a lot more narrow. So I guess I automatically agree with you. The music, well, you gotta have like an acoustic guitar where you play really high up, or like a ukulele or something, and like a kick drum. Multi-sensorial debate. Yeah, this is it. I mean, hey, YouTube was different back then, I guess. If I ever get to know like Ariel Scarella, I guess I've got ammo against her or something. I don't know. Yeah, this is wild. I don't know what the fuck's going on here.
To, let's say, the straight guy community. Right. The straight guys and trans women, that's a whole other level. I don't know if gay guys are that much better or worse than lesbians.
I can't decide if it would be weird. It would be weird if Ariel was also looking at the camera constantly, like glancing over. Like, just look at each other. If you're looking at each other, just look at each other. Why are you like looking over constantly? It's making me feel uneasy, like there's someone behind me or something, which I already feel all the time. Like there's someone behind me. I don't need my paranoia to be exacerbated, you know.
When it comes to accepting that. At the end of the day, I have a vagina, and a lot of trans guys don't get bottom surgery, so gay guys have to overcome that, and trans guys have to overcome that stigma. The one major difference between my vagina and a cisgender vagina is that it's not stretchy. But there will be no fist.
And it's also made of your penis, much like mine. Presumably, I don't know what. I don't need to know the details of this person's vagina, you know what I mean?
Thing of my vagina.
Oh, yeah, that's a lot anyway, yeah.
But it also means like some of my sex toys I have to be a little more careful about how I pick them. But again, every trans woman is a little different. Some of them
might be a third person behind the camera. It just makes me feel like they're looking at me constantly and like they think that I'm going to do something or they can see someone behind me or something. I don't know. It's just making me feel paranoid.
Can get bigger things in there. Mine is, you know, I guess.
Can you hear the music looping? Every time the little reggae drum fill comes in, it like loops, but like not perfectly. Oh my god.
Can get bigger things in there. Mine is, you know, I guess.
Did you hear that? That's bizarre.
Some of them can get bigger things in there. Mine is, you know, I guess.
It like misses a beat or something. I don't know. Listen, the sound is like terrible. Maybe I shouldn't be nitpicking the fucking loop in the background. I don't know. I say background, I can hear it louder than these people. I want a full schematic with blueprints, 3D models, and renderings. Yes, definitely.
Pretty average size.
In the beginning, it was all about getting domestic partner benefits, making sure that they have guidelines around transgender transition and equal pay for equal work.
And then we got like a second of vocals there.
And equal pay for equal work.
Like, what's the point?
Around transgender transition and equal pay for equal work.
I don't know. Who is producing these videos? They need firing, or they needed firing at the time. I guess it doesn't matter anymore because this hasn't been running for a long time. Hang on, let me just see what the newest thing they did was. I think it was literally that video I watched though. Yeah, latest. Would you date a transgender lesbian? Some lesbians don't like vagina. What? Okay. Maybe they don't. Listen, I'm not a woman. I'm not technically a lesbian. Yeah, there we go. Ariel Scarella. the old days. Just cuts off. Yeah. Listen, no. I'm not going to pretend that I'm high budget, but like, I don't know. That was a bit egregious.